Hi, everybody. Welcome to the QB School. I am JT O'Sullivan. Today, Jordan Love, Week 7, nice win on the road. Fired up. Let's get it going. Welcome to the QB School. Before we dive into the video, a quick reminder about the Quarterback School Patreon community. This group is the foundation, the bedrock of the channel. Not only is it a great, inexpensive way to support the channel, but you get even more Quarterback School content. So hop over there, join, become a member. I appreciate your support. As for this video, let's get into it. Jordan Love, the Pack on the road. Nice win here, third and medium. They do a decent job. The Packers do a decent job here of dealing with what I consider one of the more unique defensive back ends coverage structures. Now, there's certainly a blown coverage here a few different places, and this is an easy double stick for a first down. But I love the command at the line of scrimmage. It certainly looks like Jordan Love is getting to the play that he wants to get to. They do a nice job with these little motion indicators from the backfield. He gets up, communicates, they're all on the same page. Now, it certainly helps when two, the inside linebacker to the left, decides he's just going to run to the middle of the field and void that inside number 3 stick for an easy first down. But it's not just that. So it's the combination of we're in 3-by-1 open nub. We use a little motion indicator. We put stress on the Cardinals to essentially split their coverage. So I think of them as very collegey in the back end, very multiple. We'll play the formation, the boundary. To me here, though, if we're going to split this coverage, we're going to run what I'm used to calling just traditional double stick. So there's the stick. There's the quick out from the number 2, and this is almost always a must outside release go. We get what I'll call a busted coverage here. He comes over, he's running over here. We get the corner get super aggressive here. We only have 3 people out on the route, and we have 2 of the 3 essentially busted coverages on them. So the Pack putting stress on the Cardinals. They can't get lined up all over the place. Again, watch the corner up top. You can see him coming down hard. So all sorts of good options. Nice first down here. Next one here. Early in the game again. Same formation. 3-by-1 open nub. Same movement key. What is the defense going to do? Same process of walking to the line of scrimmage, getting to the play that we want to get to. Now this one is 4th down in medium. We're going to throw a quick out down here to the bottom. Now, this is a few things. First off, it's a big time completion. It's a hell of a throw. Ripping that thing from the middle of the field. I would also say that it's not the greatest angle in the world from this corner, but I do really, really appreciate the plan. So already in this initial quarter of the game, we're getting into the same formation. We're communicating at the line of scrimmage. We're using the same movement key. We're getting our clues. And we've got a quarterback who's got the arm strength to go rip that thing out there on 4th and short. I mean, it's a big time throw. So again, I think it's one of those things where it's a very unique plan. So again, to me here, when you're in 3-by-1 and you end up getting 7-person protection here in a nub formation. So again, just so we're all on the same page here, a nub tight end for me. So an inline tight end on the ball, even though he might be open in a 2-point stance, to me, that's still an open nub. So we've got 3 eligibles down here, 1 up top. We're going to keep in pass protection the back and the tight end. So really, we're cutting this field in half. So there's no eligibles up here. That's going to put a lot of stress on an offense to create some space. We're going to go quick out. We'll call it pivot, maybe a stick, and we'll go corner here. There's not a lot of room for air here. And again, he makes a nice break. He being the corner makes a nice break, but it almost looks like he's breaking on the number 2 versus coming downhill on this quick out. And again, you're not going to find somebody who dislikes quick outs more than me, but this is probably best case scenario right here. Corner makes a poor break. We're able to get the ball out. Again, look at this corner. Drive this thing at the bottom. He's driving that thing way before we're coming out of this break. I'm not going to write anticipation for a damn quick out, but ball's coming out quickly. I think from a throw perspective, this really just appreciates the arm talent from Jordan Love. He rips that thing. And again, if you don't throw it there, there's not a lot of places to go with the ball. 4th and short, half the field's available. We rip a dime quick out. Next one here, one of the few muddy decisions on the day for me. So we're going to end up ripping the ball to Dobbs up top. He's the number 2 right now. We got motion coming towards him, though, with an LOL mailbox there. But to me here, this ball probably has to go to the check down. And we'll talk about kind of, it's one of those things I feel like with Jordan Love, you're always kind of living on the edge. There is certainly still an element. Maybe it's just, he is aggressive down the field. And when there are things like this where the second level of the defense is roboting and the check down is standing there by himself, it's one of those things where it's easy to look back days later, weeks later, and say, hey, this is a very poor decision. Again, that ball goes right through the safety's hands. Again, say it with me now. If he could catch, he'd be playing offense. I get it. But for me here, it's not necessarily we can't make that throw. He can certainly make that throw. It's more the idea of feeling the second level of the defense in these play action shots where you're under center, you're turning your back. If we come up here and this second level of the defense, so include Buddha right here, as we go to crosser, deep in, if this second level of the defense, if these guys are getting depth at all or turning and roboting, turning and running with their back turned, and it feels muddy, it feels blurry, and we're not even talking about the safety now coming down on these things. We're talking just the second level. Just default check it down. These are glorified check down. These are glorified screens if those second level guys get out of there. So again, just watch the second level of the defense here. And it's not easy to see because, right, you've got your back turned. So as you turn around, find the second level, you see two robot. I mean, that's about as open of a check down as you can get. Now we've got the second level deep. We've got the third level shallow. We've got 18 thinking he's open with a mailbox. That's the type of clown stuff, man, that just, man, wide receivers are unique peeps. Don't force it. Just check it down. Again, easier said than done. I think it's one of those things where it's the difficulty is layered up here because you are under center and you're turning your back. But I think when you see guys turn in robot, it's a little bit easier to realize, oh, we're probably going to have the check down. So if it feels blurry, and again, I want to make sure I'm not talking out both sides of my mouth here. Oftentimes, you'll hear me say, hey, if he's got his back turned, you can really throw it anywhere you want, and you got a chance. Well, that's assuming that he's the only guy covering him. So not only is the second level, again, getting depth, but the third level is not threatened by our vertical. So we've got multiple guys here. So as we come in from off the screen here, the safety is just never threatened vertically. So he's on top of this thing, driving this thing, making this thing too easy. And again, this is one of those ones where you just kind of bank these reps and get the easy completion the next time. Another critical down and distance here, another fourth down, another example of the same formation, the same movement, 3x1 open nub. We again have the same movement key. This time it looks like man with the movement. We'll watch it again here from the wide after the end zone. But we miss an opportunity here for a touchdown to the post. Now, I have absolutely zero issue with taking a shot down the field. We just missed this throw. We just missed the hookup. I don't care if it's fourth and medium. You get an opportunity for a touchdown. Let's let it rip. So watch the movement key. See them kind of sort that thing out. It sure looks like they're trying to play man out there. It sure presents to me like this has got the opportunity for pressure zero. Now, again, we've already seen this formation, this line of scrimmage procedure multiple times in critical down and distances in this quarter. This time we just don't hook it up. Again, I can be real picky with the footwork and say, hey, we're moving to our left. We're making this thing more difficult than we have to be. I think this is an example to me. So again, this is just me. The plan here, the plan being 3x1 open nub, right? There's the nub. He's standing up. We've done this motion. This is now the third time in critical down and distances. This time is the first time to me it presents like we could easily get zero. They're moving with the back here, so this looks like zero to me. I know a great course that goes into significant detail about verse zero. Getting to the post is the best answer if you can block them up. I love it. This has got a chance to score. If you didn't love the post, that also gets you a first down on fourth and medium. Now, the one thing I will be critical here of Jordan Love, at the top of this drop, there is unnecessary movement, in my opinion, with his base. So could he just hit this thing and drive this thing towards his target, or is he kicking a little to the left, and guess where the ball goes? Okay, so first let's just watch the whole process, line of scrimmage, route distribution down here. I don't care that it's fourth down. We get an opportunity to go to the post with the number 2 down here versus outside leverage versus nobody in the middle of the field is my kind of party. That leverage on the number 2 says this is going to be a great play. And again, unique coverage structure. Who the hell knows what they're doing here? Is this guy supposed to be running to the middle of the field? Again, this, when I say this defensive back end does some unique stuff, this is what I'm talking about. Who knows if he's going rogue, if he's supposed to be a middle field player, but that's a shot to the post, and we just barely miss it. So I love everything except the final touch of execution. And again, watch Jordan Love here on the back end of the drop. So the process, again, nails. Done it multiple times. Obviously, this is the plan this week versus this defense. We're going to close half the field, block them up, signal to our guy, get our shot down the field. Now watch his footwork. So see this thing. He's right there with his feet. Now watch him kick onto the hash. To me, that's unnecessary movement. Now you might say, oh, well, the right tackle's getting pushed back. Well, then drop in the middle of the pocket, bro. You're drifting and then kicking. So again, easy to be super picky, but it's a touchdown. Like what else are we going to do? Wasted movement, missed throw, bummer. Next one here, big play action shot. We're going to end up hitting the number 1 up top, Dobbs, here on a what I'll call a third or fourth window in. This is some unbelievable play action. This is what great pass protection does to a zone defense. So it just stretches those zones to create all sorts of space. This certainly isn't there on time, whatever the hell this is supposed to be. Now we're getting pulled here a little bit. I'm assuming this is supposed to be the longest leak in the history of leak routes. Okay, so what I'm talking about here is the shallow. The guy going in motion, Golden, is going to run that shallow, and then he's going to try to leak that thing. Now again, normally, okay, so this is a post, and where the ball ends up going is that in. We'll talk about it. This is that quote-unquote leak route. So normally you run it over here, you get somewhere around this area, and you spike that thing. You would turn over your right shoulder here as you get vertical. He goes really as far as I've ever seen someone go and then decides to run this thing. This is like leaked past tense. Like it just takes forever. And then it's never there. So the first window of the backside in isn't there. The second window backside in isn't there. Third window backside in isn't there. We're catching that backside in all the way outside the numbers. Well, versus any type of zone defense, you're never going to be able to cover 4 windows. So again, first let's watch that crazy long leak. And you can tell it's leak because he never looks. He's just out there running. It looks like Forrest Gump out there. He's just taking off, going home. I mean, he's running. I mean, that's the longest, widest leak I've ever seen. Not even close. So then up top on the backside in, there's the first window right out the break on the hash. In between the hashes, second window, not there. Third window between the hash and the numbers, the other side, not there. Fourth window outside the numbers. When was the last time you saw a in structure backside in caught outside the numbers on the other side of the field? I can't recall. It's just great pass protection. So nice job by Jordan Love hanging tough here, but this can't be how they drew this thing up or what they thought was going to happen. So we got the lead, and then we've got hitch, hitch, hitch. I mean, I'm a little nervous to even count the hitches. Let's try. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, 6+ hitches there. Whoo. Next one here, this is a big time completion. So this is right before half. We're going to get into field goal range. We're going to hit Dobbs. He's now the number 1 after the motion down here to the bottom on the crosser, deep cross. To me, this is double post cross. Now, I have no idea. And the effort police are officially out on 0 down there. It looks like he doesn't give a shit. He's out there jogging. But this is a big time completion that gives us an opportunity for 3 points. That sure helps us in this game. And it's one of those things where they're just giving you this thing. And as long as Jordan Love has the arm strength to get that thing up and down before 27 on the other side makes the play, it's right there. They look like they don't know what they're doing defensively here because everybody is essentially running with these routes. So to me here at the snap, when I say double post, I'm saying inside post, quote unquote, outside post or clear, and then where the ball ends up going on this crosser back across this field. Now, both these routes up top have defenders running with them in quote unquote like match situations or man. And then we've got this 3-person deep shell. Well, the defender down here to the bottom, 0, he's just chilling. I mean, there's way more space on him than anyone else. So as long as you can get the ball up and down before this collision up top, this is a big time chunk explosive play that really leads to 3 points. I mean, this is a fast way to lose football games on the defensive side. Look at this separation versus everywhere else. So nice job by Jordan being able to see it. Great call, big chunk, and now we got ourselves an opportunity for 3 points, which really, with just a little bit better coverage is going to be a much harder, more difficult hookup. But it's a great job here by the Pack finding a way to kind of steal some points right before half. That's big time. Look at all the space. The hashes are 6 yards apart. So you're looking at, 4 yards, 10 plus feet in a passing situation like that. That's an easy chunk. Halftime, you dig the channel and you haven't already, please like, subscribe, hit the bell, get the notifications. I really do appreciate you subscribing to the channel. It means a lot to me personally, so thank you for taking the time and doing it. Again, the Quarterback School Patreon community, you know about it. Join, become a member, get even more Quarterback School content. We also have Quarterback School courses. You can check out all the courses over at theqbschool.com. Hop over there and enroll. Finally, please make sure to follow me across all the different social media platforms. I really do appreciate your support. As for this video, let's get back to it. All right, into the second half here. We're going to go big play action. To me, this is a deep curl up top to the number 1 where the ball ends up going. 0 for the Cardinals now has officially got a red dot on him. This is a big time hookup. I love the play action. I absolutely love the tight ends blocking here together. You're going to see the one go in motion and get the cut. You're going to see the split flow slice action also. Again, the play action, the pass pro is simply outstanding with the Pack. I mean, the time that Jordan Love has back there to really we're sending essentially 2 people out in 8-person pass pro. So route distribution wise here, deep curl, come right back to it. Maybe not my favorite route versus, we'll call this, whether you want to call it cover 6 match, he's running with him with a half field player over the top here to me. And then down here to the bottom, I'm used to calling this a version of squirrel where you kind of double out and up, and then I think he turns in. I mean, I prefer out, but it really doesn't matter. It's the same type of move. So you would almost certainly go 1 to 2 to check downs. And again, the pass pro element that's really cool here is as we come across with this motion, we chop here. So we cut, and then we're into a check down, and then we have the slice action coming behind it. So he comes across, and then he's going to block the guy who gets cut. So you just got double teams all over the place. And again, in pass pro, double teams make life so much easier. Really nice job at the top of this route. Also watch him come out of that thing and keep coming down. That's the beautiful part about it. They're right on the same page. Again, how many hitches is too many hitches? 1, 2, 3, 4. Doesn't matter with that kind of pass pro. That's a big time strike. Next one here, probably one of the other muddy decisions on the day for me for Jordan Love. Now we end up getting some sort of penalty up top, probably holding on the corner, but this is a big time shot. And I mean, we're fortunate here to get the ball back. We're fortunate that we're all right. This is a big time hit from Buddha, but it's one of those things where it's really buyer beware when you start cutting it back. So he's got a chance to go out of bounds, chance to slide. He thinks he's going to put a move on. Well, the cavalry is coming from the inside out, and that is a monster hit. So to me here, this is just spacing at the bottom. And we know what spacing looks like versus man, right? It sucks. There's an example of it at the bottom, sucking. Okay, up top, we get the holding penalty. As we go to run here, so we're out of the pocket. We've got this little check swing who's being matched to. We're going to run this thing. We're going to get downhill at second down. Just get what you can get and slide. Well, he thinks he's going to get what he can get, and now all of a sudden he's got this defender right in front of him. He thinks he's by himself, like a tackling drill. He just makes one move and nothing else is happening. Well, again, you've got the cavalry coming from the inside out. This is a buyer beware situation. I always tell people the only thing that would make this thing worse is if he spun. So if he got out here and spun and turned his back. But when you cut it back, there are dudes flying from the inside out. And to just have an awareness for who, for what? For what? 5 yards? For 2 yards? Just get down, bro. Get down. That is a monster hit. That dude flies too. You got to know where that guy's at all times. I mean, it's just one of those things where you're glad he's all right, but man, you cannot, you do not want to take hits like that ever, especially when they're out of the pocket and they're your control. Just get down. I mean, how lucky are you that that ball spins right back into your lap too? And that thing is flying out. That could go anywhere. Next one here, touchdown pass. We're going to end up throwing to the tight end, little wing slot down here to the bottom. We're going to get like a little bang flat, so 85 bluff, and then into the flat. Jordan Love does a nice job hanging with him, front pylon, easy flat throw. So love the idea of moving the launch point here. We'll talk a little bit about this motion. To me, the motion from the backfield is probably a penalty. It's got a little CFL to it as far as moving forward. But the things that I love are just little wrinkles in this. So this looks like just a naked keeper to the right throw flat. So first here, let's watch the motion. You be the judge. Is he going forward at the snap? I mean, the answer for me is yes. Okay, now the part that I love here about the little wrinkles is here's where the touchdown pass is. He's going to engage 10 and then slip him out. That's one thing. Normal design would just be with a corner from here. What I love that they do is they shuffle and insert. So they just put a little wrinkle to the edge. Now, who's who in the zoo? Who's the number one? Who's the number two? How are you going to sort that out? Just that little shuffle motion, this little subtle ploy, got them. They can't sort it out. Beautiful. Next one here, a 3rd and long situation. This is a perfect example of finding the check down on time in rhythm. So yeah, could you make the argument maybe we could hang on this thing and rip Dobbs on the hook? Yeah, but the check down is the easy throw. I don't care if it's 3rd and long. I love this type of check delay also from the tight end. So great pocket movement. Jordan Love be able to find the tight end going downhill, looking like old school Ben Steele. Loving it. So again, what's going on here? We'll call this a clear, call this a hook. Okay, it's 3rd and long. This is the check down, so it's chip, and then it's not like a chip flat or a chip wide. It's this chip delay. So it's kind of like you're going to hit it, and then you're going to keep vertical. So you want to keep your shoulders towards the end zone as you move forward. So as Jordan Love has to buy some time in the pocket, he gets this thing down, and it kind of operates as like a downhill screen. I mean, the timing of it is really, really nice. So with the chip at the line of scrimmage, it's chip, and then see him keep moving downfield, keep moving, don't turn around, don't be static. And then it's a collision for a 1st down. It's awesome. It's really, really well done. And I mean, those are easy throws for 3rd down in the NFL. Check downs, uncovered, movement towards the end zone. Again, I really like the pocket movement. Look at him kind of buy a little time, dip that right shoulder, get the ball out, not take a hit, 1st down. Last one here, another 4th down. This time we're going to do shift. We got the backfield shift. We got golden shifting. We're going to actually have already run this concept up top. The quick out stick. Remember that quick out amazing throw we threw earlier? This time we're going to throw that corner or deep out. Y'all, we've got some A on this one. So again, you've got a lot of pre-snap movement. You're putting a lot of stress on the defense. You're in kind of a unique, wide, dirty bunch formation. You've got the same type of play we've already played for a big throw earlier in the game, going the same direction. This time you've got Jordan Love buying a little bit more time, making a big time anticipation throw on 4th and 2, 4th and 3. So again, I'll pause this thing after the 2nd shift. See the wide bunch, stay dirty bunch. Again, the type of play that we're doing, we've already done. The quick out, here's that little hitch, and then here's that quote unquote corner or deep out. And again, we've hit this already. So these are probably 1, 2. So you're getting to 3 here on 4th and short. And again, I'll pause this thing at the top so you can see the exact anticipation of this. But this ball is out. He's throwing it right there. He's throwing it. I mean, look at it. He's coming up and out to this. This is not bad coverage. He's right in his hip. The quick out's dead. The hitch or pivot is dead. Double covered. We've got to make this throw. You know what's coming. I mean, and I think the other part that I really appreciated is that it's 4th down. This is not like some random first down or like a 2-minute drive, or we're trying to close this thing out. 4th down, throwing it down the field, way past the sticks, dot of a throw, beautiful. So that is a wrap. Jordan Love, the Pack, nice win versus the Cardinals on the road. I personally think the Cardinals defense presents a unique set of challenges as far as what they do scheme-wise. You always have to know where 3 is. They do some unique three safety-ish coverage structures, and I just love the plan that LaFleur and company had as far as on those critical down and distances, that 3x1 open nub with the movement keys to allow Jordan to get at the line of scrimmage and get into whatever he wanted to. Now, did they hit every single one? No. But did every single one essentially give them an opportunity for either a first down, big play, or a touchdown? Yeah. I mean, it really did. It was a great job of line of scrimmage communication, almost execution. There were a number of great things that were going on offensively. Didn't even talk about the run game at all in this one, but I thought Jordan Love played at a really high level. Thought the pass protection, specifically in the play action world, was outstanding. There was a lot of good ball. That was a good film to watch. Thank you so much for hanging to the end. I will see you next time. Have a good one.